I don't even know what's going on, to be honest. I don't
Yes.
even know why we're
Really?
talking.
Yes.
I don't even
Really?
know why
Like
we're talking
he's
about
hot
it.
property right now.
He went from 2,000 followers to 16,000 followers.
It's 20 something now.
Overnight.
Yeah.
It's 20
The question I'm
something now.
asking is, what's the pull? What's the attraction? He's the guy.
Fame, wit, intelligence. He's smart.
witty.
He's good looking.
He's good looking.
Yeah, he's
He's
good looking
okay.
guy.
I mean, he's okay. Like
Coming from
I
M.
mean, he's
I don't get it, but okay, I guess.
Guys are more attractive.
Yeah, I get. Yeah.
I mean, that's not rocket
Absolutely.
science. What I just like, he ran the handle quite well. Like I saw a few of their witty comebacks, and I'm like, oh, okay, they have a cool guy doing that, right? But like, okay, now that's the guy, and boom, he's a celebrity. Like,
I don't get it either.
Such is life.
Well,
like everyone
I guess.
is just
No,
going
he is,
crazy
guys.
about
He is a celebrity. He did something that was so amazing. He's the only government account in the world that I've ever seen that's had so much wit and so much banter, answered with so much calm, so much like even knowing that it was him that was doing it. The level of wit with which he was responding to some tweets was amazing, right? He was a star while he was hidden behind the screen of the AFCC account. Everyone was talking about the AFCC account, right? Gave a new face to government, gave a new, made the AFCC cool, made them accessible. And now we find out that he's a guy who's a young rapper. I mean, everybody, there's a Dr. Joe Abba who was somehow connected with it. Everybody's like on some sort of celebrity wave since this has happened. And rightfully so. For once, we can say people that were involved with government did a great job while they were there, right? And I think it deserves.
Because we're so used to trash.
Hey.
Yes.
I guess.
But even by
tragic.
government in the US standards, right? Like Obama was a super cool guy, but his social media account is sort of blur. You know what I mean? Most
I mean,
people,
they had the FBI or the CIA Twitter that was popping at some point.
I didn't know.
Yeah, that's the first. This was it CIA. Yeah, the CIA.
I think it
account on
was
Twitter.
cool, but I don't think
It's cool, but it's not so
Exactly,
much of a
I
big
don't
deal as
think
we're making
someone
it.
was-
That's what's confusing me.
someone
like,
was even saying, "Oh, he should get a national award." I was like,
Yeah,
"For
I
what?"
saw that,
Like,
so I
I
was just
don't
like-
get it.
Yeah, but then again, I guess the bar is so low in Nigeria right now. Everything associated with government
that's
is
what I
really
said,
fucked up.
'cause we're
So
used to
if
trash.
one person stands out, even if it's just a little bit, it's
No,
So
but
I get
But
it.
have you listened to his music?
No, I haven't. You
No.
got
Haven't
it.
listened
I
to
didn't
it?
even know he was a rapper.
Yeah, I found out like this morning.
Do you have his music?
No, I don't have it, but I did listen to some of his stuff. And
How did you listen to it?
On YouTube.
Okay.
yeah,
Where
he's,
people
he's,
go
a, he's,
to,
a, he's a
listen to
lyricist.
stuff.
I know.
Like a rap.
I think he was I think around the time Iceberg Slim and those guys were coming out, he was also coming out. If I remember very well, I have met with him. I think a couple times, and he can rap. He's one of those guys that he can really rap. He's very witty, has bars.
All right. Okay. So let's move on. Chester Bennington from Linkin Park. He committed suicide in his home in Los Angeles. He hung himself. What do you guys think about that? I mean, I know what you guys think already,
Sad.
but
I mean,
what do
depression
you
is
have to
real,
say?
man. It's no joke. So, condolences to his family.
Yeah,
and
he was
friends.
41.
And I think that we should take depression more seriously because people talk about it. A lot of people say, "Oh, I'm depressed," like a joke. Yeah, they say it like it's a joke, but
He means talk louder.
I know.
Yeah, but the thing about depression, I had a friend one time who told me, she was like, I think you are low key depressed. And I don't know. I mean, I feel like I go through ups and downs in life like every regular human being. I don't think everybody wakes up and their life is just blissful. You deal with stuff, right? But she said she spoke to a psychologist at some point, and all the symptoms he said he saw in her, she saw in me, and so like, I don't know, I don't think I'm depressed. I believe I deal with shit in life, but I believe that's everybody. But I know there are depressed people, and I don't know how can you help? That's what I'm interested in. Like, when you find out somebody's depressed, where do we go from here? I mean, you obviously listen as much as you can, you obviously encourage as much as you can, but how do you know you're making an impact? How do you know you're taking them from 0 to at least 2, 5, 10? How do you know?
Yeah, I mean, all the depressed people, I had a privilege of speaking closely to 2 depressed people, or people that had, one person was dealing with it at the time, and the second person had dealt with it, had been through it. And I think that what I learned is that the first thing that people that aren't depressed want to do is that they want to solve the problem. and it's not a solvable problem, right? I think that even me. I mean, everybody gets sad, but depression is something else. It's something that even capable people, highly functional, capable people will go through, and it will totally, take throw them for a loop, and they wouldn't know what to do. And this guy that spoke to me about it, he's like CEO level of companies. He's doing very well, married with kids, and he said he would just wake up and be crying, spend the whole day, want to kill himself, like take drugs, like nothing made him. He couldn't. It was like a cloud hanging over him every day, voices in his head telling him he was worthless, he should kill himself, and that because he's a capable person, because it happened to him when he had already achieved so much, he didn't understand it at first, and was like, oh, I'm just going through something. So it's some medication. Some people have to be put on suicide watch. And you just it's a storm that you just sort of see out. It's sort of like asking in the middle of a storm, what can we do to change the weather, right? That's the wrong question, right? It's that now that the weather is bad,
Let's write it out.
what do we do? How do we write it out? And I think that's sort of
Yeah, but another. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
My issue with it is that in Nigeria currently, and this is from experience, people do not even believe that suicide is a thing or depression is a thing. Yeah. So I was having a conversation with my friends' brothers, and they were like, oh, I don't understand why America is glamorizing this suicide of a thing. They should just quit it and put it off TV and even curse him because he's just he's motivating other people to kill themselves. And I'm like, no, there's that for like 2 days or something after the news came out, all I was seeing was suicide hotlines. Oh, if you need to talk to someone, this is where you should call. Send a message to this person if you can't talk. Stuff like that. And we don't have that in Nigeria. So
I don't know if we don't have it. I just know it's not popular, and it's not public, and it's not popular.
Yeah.
So popular in the sense of the word that it's not the thing that you should do, right? But hey, our generation is gradually growing to the point where we're going to be in charge of things, and these are the sort of conversations. I do like something about our culture that says soldier through it, but it's dangerous for people that aren't capable of doing that. So things like ADD, I'm sure I was definitely ADD. I would never have gotten through school if there was somebody being like, oh, you're ADD, oh, here's some drugs for you. I felt like I might have handicapped myself more if somebody said, oh, you're ADD. I was like, oh, yeah, that's the reason why I'm not doing well in school.
Yeah.
I would have had an excuse. However, that doesn't excuse the fact that there may be people that are struggling, that need help, right?
Mm-hmm.
And finding the balance, it should be a case by case basis. And as a people, we have to get better, And societies, people are killing themselves now. Young people, people are killing themselves.
And that's what that's what confuses me because around Easter, I don't know if I told you this, where a young boy on my street woke up one morning and there's cops all over and said the dude hung himself.
Oh wow!
Like his brother left him on Good Friday, or I'm going to go do XYZ. I'm back on Easter Monday, blah, blah, blah. Left him, came back, cops was hopeless, was fucked up, and he was 21 or something. So my question is, how... I don't know, I'm not trying to sound insensitive here, but what is a 21-year-old dealing with to the point that he's so depressed?
It's not about what he's dealing
that
with.
He feels like, man, I need to just end it all.
Again, back to the weather analogy. Do you know what I'm saying? When the weather starts changing, you don't say, what did I do wrong, or what did we do wrong to make the weather change, right? And you have to just see depression sort of like the weather changing. It changed because it did. Your job in the point is not to understand why the person is dealing with depression. What happened to them? They are now depressed.
Yeah, but
what do we do?
Won't that lead us quicker to the solution if we understand the root cause of the problem?
Again, you're thinking about it again. Back to the weather analogy, right? If just think about the weather.
But what if that weather analogy doesn't fit exactly to this case?
So what I'm explaining to you is that from speaking to depressed people, that's the best analogy I've come with. That people that have never been depressed try to respond to it like...
Why are you depressed?
Like it's not the weather, right? Like it's not something that happened that the person doesn't understand or whatever it's chemical imbalance or whatever. But for a series of things that may be affecting the person, pressure or whatever, when it happens, the weather changes. And whether it's a capable person or somebody that was doing drugs or whatever, they can go through this depression. And that the best analogy to help us frame it is just the storm has come. And now you just have to say, oh, now that this is storm, I'm not going to try and figure out, because the next thing is like, oh, if this is why they're sad, if I change that, will they be happier? You know, and thinking about that is the wrong way. So
Sometimes it's not something. It's not, this is the reason why. It just happens that the person has steadily gotten to the point where nothing makes sense. So it doesn't make sense to them. So there's no way they can explain it to you. It's not
Exactly.
word.
They
There's no
absolutely
words
get
to
it.
explain why they're sad. They're just sad.
I get that. I just guess I'm from a place where I know that something triggers something. Something triggers something. Something
Yeah,
triggers
but
something.
the problem is you're trying to rationalize depression and you can't.
I like that.
I get. Debbie, you need to repeat that one more time, just for the fans.
I'm feeling proud. I can't do that.
Really? Well, okay. I guess we can move on. Kevin Hart has reportedly been caught cheating on his pregnant wife.
Fake news.
Fake news.
Fake news.
Y'all be out here with all
Did you
this
guys see the video? Did you guys see
I
the
did.
video?
I did see the video.
Fake news.
I didn't see anything wrong with like.
Yeah, so the pictures
what
made it
was
seem like they were hugging. Right? When I saw the pictures, I thought they were
What's
hugging.
wrong with him hugging a chick?
No, but when I saw the video, he was in the front seat and she was in the back seat. So they weren't even touching.
And her head wasn't moving. It was just there. Like when you're kissing someone, I think like
No,
there's gonna be
the kissing
some
came from the
sort of-
pictures. But if you see the video from when the pictures came, you see how they
Makes
took the
sense.
pictures. You understand that somebody saw the video and took screen
Stills.
grabs,
Yeah.
stills that made
to
it
create
seem
fake
like
news.
Yeah.
that their heads were next to each other, but they weren't. So fake news, end of conversation. Kevin Hart is not cheating on his wife. That's my man.
we
Short
love
guys
him.
rule.
Wow.
Wow.
Are you sure that's not why?
Short
you're
squad.
Supporting him.
You know why I was sad about this was because he was speaking on the Breakfast Club and talking about how, you know, at a certain age in his life, he's already made the mistakes. Like his whole thing was like, you ain't got to tell me twice. He's like, I already did that in my first marriage, so now I know that if I do this, it's gonna mess up my second marriage. Blah, blah, blah. So I was really disappointed when I heard this. I was like, yo, is he
Like,
really
really,
gonna be
really?
out here like, you know what I mean?
Being an idiot.
But so I'm happy. I celebrate the fact that it's fake news, and that even if he was going to, that this situation is going to put him where he's going to be like, yo, I really can't be out here messing around, you know.
Yeah, and also I think he would have been more careful about it if he was, but whatever. Also, I was going to say something I forgot. Oh my goodness, this is so sad. I feel so bad. I think it's M's page. Debbie, do you have anything to say about it? I need to remember. It was
About
very
Kevin Hart's
important.
situation.
So my face makes you forget things that you want to say.
Yeah,
You look at me and you get speechless.
yeah, it's because
Wow.
of the beard you're trying to grow.
Confusing
She did that.
vegetation.
All right.
You guys, you see, you guys can receive it how you want to receive. I know what I'm hearing. You look at my beard and you forget what you want to say.
Okay,
crazy.
if you say so. Okay, what I was gonna say is I'm just waiting for the next comedy thing he has going on. It's
talk
just
about
going
it,
to-
yeah.
When he talks, I just want to listen to the joke he's going to make out. It's going to be mad. Anyways,
That's
heard
what
about-
you forgot.
Yeah, that's what
Oh
I
my
forgot.
God, Luz.
It is fire. So Mayweather will take on UFC's biggest star, Conor McGregor, in a boxing match soon. I think it's the 26th of August or something. That's the date. So what
Fake
do you
news. It's the 6th of August.
Okay, the 6th of August. Thank you.
Guys,
for
I'm
the
all about like,
correction.
listen. I
No,
want
you just like to disagree.
No, I want people to know that one of my things on this platform is to make sure that there's no fake news.
Wow.
All facts must be thoroughly researched. I
Okay.
said so to you at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Fake news is an epidemic. It's so, let me tell you how dangerous fake news is. Things will happen, even regarding my state, and I'll see it on Twitter the next day. Oh, so amount of people are dead. And I don't even know whether to respond or not because I don't know if the news is real or not, right? And if you see what happened to Audu, right? You respond to something that somebody told you and it ends up putting you in a lot of trouble because,
It was fake
you know,
news.
it's fake. It's fake news. So I'm really about us fact checking. April, make sure you fact check. It's happening on the
Are you
6th of
calling
August.
me out?
I am calling
After
you.
complimenting your beard the other time. This is what you're gonna
Yeah.
do. Okay, cool. What do you think about the match?
People that watch boxing say, and people that box say that McGregor has no.
He has
No
a
chance.
snowball's chance in hell. I think the way the game is gonna go is first of all he made a mistake to fight a boxer that has never lost a boxing fight with boxing rules. That's the stupidest shit ever. So I think it's a publicity stunt on his part because he's going to take that L. But this Mayweather putting him and Mayweather in the same buildings and doing it has put him on a level he never reached before with the MMA. So I feel it's a trade-off. I'm going to get as much followership as I can off of this L I'm about to take. I don't even think he will see a round 7.
But here's the thing: is Mayweather able to knock Conor McGregor out?
Absolutely.
But I don't think there will be a knockout.
I
don't
think
there
there'll
will
be a
knockout.
disqualification.
Because if Mayweather doesn't knock him out, he wins but doesn't win.
I think there's going to be a disqualification because I don't know how you can condition somebody that's used to fighting with both hands and legs
Yeah.
to now, if he sees the kick,
He's
he
not a
might reach for
professional boxer.
it. He's not a professional boxer. He knows how to go knees, and if he sees where that knee might work, I don't know. You know that it becomes instinct at some point. So I think at some point
Okay. So let's say that Conor McGregor is smart enough to train for boxing and go in there
and fight like a boxer.
and fight like a boxer.
No chance.
Yes, not to win. Not to win.
But to
Here's the
survive
point.
the 12 rounds.
I've won 49 matches. And I'm fighting against this guy. Never fought a boxing match in his life. He's a fighter, but never fought a boxing match. Even if I win, as long as we go to 12 rounds and he does a pretty good job, I lose. Right?
Not really.
I win, but I mean, you're not making a point that there's nobody that thinks that Conor McGregor should beat Mayweather at boxing. For him to win, to demoralize, because we know that if they get into an MMA fight, Conor McGregor will demolish Mayweather. Right? So the thing is, if you know that I'll beat you at my game, we know that I'll beat you at my game, but I'm even going to come to your sport, and you're going to beat me off of the rules of the game, but not because you're a better fighter than me, then Mayweather, in some way, like why did he even get involved in it? Go fight a real boxer.
Mayweather has always been known to be a defensive boxer, which is I'll take the W and go straight to the club from the. So he doesn't get touched. That's how he wins. He's going to score enough points and not get touched to win.
Is he going to be able to? Is he going to be able to knock McGregor out?
I think so. I think
he has to. I think for him to really win and solidify his legacy and not end it on like some sort of joke farce thing. This is supposed to be his 50th fight, right? The big one. He needs to knock him out. He needs to box the shit out of the guy.
I can see what you're saying, but I don't think he needs to knock him out. But I can understand how a knockout can just be the mic drop moment, and it's like
Golden State Warriors going to go and play against Barcelona, and Barcelona winning 2-0. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not supposed to win 2-0. You're playing a sport that you've never played. Even if you train for a year, you've never played this sport. We're supposed to beat you 30-0, right?
Yeah, but it's a difference. It's a combat sport. He just can't use his legs.
Yeah, and I mean, Conor McGregor is one of the boxer MMA fighters, right? But
that's why the fight even made sense in the first place.
If you don't knock me out, I'm a little worried.
Okay, so there was also this thing
this
thing about Conor calling Floyd boy, which is like a racial slur in America.
Absolutely.
But everyone is like, oh, did he really know about it? Didn't he know about it? And because he was calling him boy, and then after a while he started calling him son. So perhaps he noticed, the
it was a racial slur.
So
if you follow Conor McGregor enough, you know that he's not stupid. He's not clueless. It was a racial slur. He meant it as a racial slur. He just quoted it well enough to get away with it. But Floyd noticed that. He gonna give him an ass whooping.
You saw the video that came out afterwards when he was on stage talking to women and saying he wasn't racist and he likes black women and he would.
No, that's the normal racist go-to response.
Yeah.
I have black friends, so I can't be racist. Get
But
the fuck out
do
of
you
here.
think he should apologize? For
What does that change?
He
That's
can't
not gonna change.
apologize.
I was
He
about
can't
to say
apologize
that
for the fight.
I think what Charlemagne was saying is that he should say, Floyd, I know you can't read, but I'm sorry to the black.
Yeah, he said he should write him a letter
Exactly.
apologizing and saying, I know you can't read
I know
this,
you
but
can't
I'm sorry for calling you.
I mean, that's good for jokes, but what does that apology fucking do? He's a racist.
He's a racist,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah, so here's my thing. If there are two white guys, two black guys, the word boy is not seen as a slur, right? And that's the same setting. So, and
I do get
because if it's two white guys and they say,
Speaking to each other, you mean?
yes, talking to each other, the same setting,
Yeah, of
or two
course.
black guys,
Yeah, of
or
course.
a Hispanic guy, or whatever,
Yeah.
right? It's not seen as a racial slur. There's nothing about the word boy itself. But in context of a white guy speaking to a black
guy.
boy, and not just that he said boy, he said dance for me boy, or something like that.
Yep. We're listening. We're good.
Not just that I said boy.
Said
What?
dance for me, boy.
He said dance for me boy, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. I think that my thinking is that he stepped in something that he had no idea the power of, and had
And
to
it was
be,
too late to backtrack.
because he was a full-grown adult in Ireland, right? He's not like he grew up in America, so a lot of the racial context. If he had said the N-word, that's a little bit different.
So you don't think he's a racist?
I don't think he's racist.
Dance for me, boy. Isn't that like when you're
I think
shooting guns at your feet?
he's a
Like,
racist because when you use certain slang in an aggressive environment, right? Because it's the pre-match. It's everybody's trying to one up the other person, and he says, "Dance for me, boy." Shh. Like I said, I follow Conor McGregor enough to know that he's far from stupid.
Yeah, but he's not. I mean, what's he supposed to say
Or
there?
naive.
Hey, friend, how are you doing? Like,
Nah.
their job there is to debase each other.
Yep.
Let me ask you a
So
question:
that's his
Is
point.
Mayweather?
That's exactly what I'm
But is
saying.
Mayweather homophobic?
No.
Because him and Mayweather called him the F word, right?
Yep.
Called him that. So if Mayweather is not homophobic, but in trying
He
to
might
debase
be.
this guy,
He might be.
It's possible
yeah,
that
it's
he
possible
is.
that he is, but in trying to debase this guy, he said this thing, then comes down and says, "Well, I'm not homophobic. I have gay people that work for me. I have gay people that work on my team. I just said this to get a rise out of him, right?" Then you know what? I give a guy, the Irish guy that's now grown in the U.S. and there's no other country that has the history of racism and that same racial context as the U.S. So I give him. I say
I think
he made a mistake.
if you don't, the only reason why I'll call somebody, pardon my language, a faggot, is because I think being a faggot is an insult. And I'm saying that to you for it to hurt. Right? I believe when Mayweather called him that, he meant it. And he said it for him to hurt because I would say he thinks being gay being a fag is an insult. Same way Conor McGregor meant dance for me, boy, is an insult. Right?
So generally, you guys think Floyd will win.
Whoop him, not just win.
Whoop him.
Whoop him.
Debbie, what do you think?
I think that is amazing that they're going to be showing the fight live in theaters.
It's a big payday.
Another angle.
Another angle. my
That's what I
brother.
think.
Okay. All right. So let's move on to the next section of the show, which is scenario. So I'm gonna ask all of you a couple of questions.
Start with David this time, please.
Jesus.
Okay. So Debbie, is love a feeling or a choice?
Both. It's both.
Explain.
You feel love and you choose who to love.
Oh my God, Debbie.
Debbie got this section.
Oh my Lord.
I love Debbie.
She out here
I love-
trapping, boy.
I love Debbie do this.
Popping.
And you just racially slurred her.
I said, boy. I didn't say boy.
Yeah, trapping. He's just
I
racially
said,
slurred.
boy. And I'm talking to a bunch of niggas. So, how the
You just racially slurred all of
Yes.
us. Yo.
nigga. Still nigga.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
Wow,
And what do you
wow.
think?
Okay, OJ.
Oh.
She has answered. I think that's the answer. That's
Yeah,
the
I think
answer.
so too.
It's both.
Oh man, you guys are no fun. What's one thing you always procrastinate on?
I can tell you what I procrastinate on.
Out here trapping. Boy. Yo, by the way, she's 2-0 up. I'm keeping score.
I procrastinate on sharing my love with women that are deserving. And I promise y'all that from now on, I'm not going to be out here dicking down for
We don't really
free.
care about this shit. Hey, next.
Hey, you haven't answered. What's one thing you procrastinate?
Cutting my hair. Because I don't have a lot of hair.
Okay, Debbie.
What do I not procrastinate?
So much I can say.
My
right
life.
now.
I procrastinate my life.
I'm just going to.
Next.
Okay.
Let that go,
If you woke up tomorrow
I
with
procrastinate
no
on cutting my
fear.
hair. What?
Everybody, listen. I am the queen of the room at the moment.
Okay, sorry.
If you say so.
Pay
Alright.
some
Queen.
respect. Thank you. If you woke up tomorrow with no fear, what will you do first?
With no fear.
Absolutely none.
I was not afraid of anything.
You're not afraid of anything.
Isn't that like sociopath or
That's not
something?
that's not the question.
Yeah.
What
The
would you
question
do?
is, what would you do first?
I'd find a billionaire's daughter, and just tell her exactly how I feel. Settle down, marry her, have few kids, and just enjoy
That
my life.
sounds like more
So
than one.
it's fear that's
action.
stopping you from doing that.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
What would you do?
Record music.
Oh, now you trap it too.
Yeah.
Nice one. I don't know. Try the quickest thing I could do to get money without killing nobody. I guess. No, just walk into a bank and try to rob it.
But you
Yeah.
probably get
And
shot
die.
still.
But I won't
I
have
mean-
the fear to make a better
He
decision.
wouldn't know,
Is that
yeah.
not?
I mean, but you would still probably get shot.
Yeah, but I
Well,
won't
you
have the
wouldn't have
fear
the fear
to
to
make
think-
that a smart
So you
decision.
would rob a bank.
Yes. The only reason why I'm not robbing banks right now is because I'm scared they're going to shoot me. Does that make sense?
Debbie, what about you? Please say something that's you know.
Listen, I'm about to disappoint you and say what Lou said.
That's the only reason
rob a
is
bank.
fear. Fear gives you common sense. I know if I walk in there, when I grab the first stash, I might not make it out alive.
So you'd rob a bank, you both of you.
Absolutely.
Then my
Okay.
billionaire girlfriend gonna be watching y'all on the news.
Yeah, but she might turn you down. Do you realize
Yeah,
that
she
this is
might
not a
actually turn.
situation that is definite? Just because you don't have fear,
I don't know
mean
why
it's gonna happen.
he's afraid to do that though. Like
He's not afraid to do that, Joe. He's
I
just
am
trolling
afraid.
us.
his answer is just lame. Next.
Zainab Balogun, if
Okay.
you're listening.
Oh
What is
my
the-
god, really, dude?
Everyone, what
Zainab Balogun, if you're listening.
wow.
And I know that
what is the one? Give me my phone, my nigga. Okay,
What
what is
is-
the one thing that makes you feel alive?
Fornication.
Wow.
Debbie, you need to be a good role model. You
Wow.
have a single out. Okay, the kids are looking up to you. You
Wow.
can't say shit like
It's
this.
popping.
ladies and gentlemen, this is the problem. Listen, I promise you, girls like this, they don't deserve to get it for free. She has to come with a cake. She has to come with something. You know what I mean, to your
Cake.
crib. Something. She has to bake a cake for you.
Why?
Something.
Because
Because
it makes me feel alive.
Zainab Balogun.
Oh my.
If you're out there, listen to
Guys,
me.
are we done?
I know you're related to Tafa Balogun.
Are we done?
I know that.
Lucy, you haven't answered this
Okay,
question.
okay.
Huh?
What makes you
What
feel
what
alive?
makes you feel alive? Okay, thank you. Thank you all for
Listen,
listening.
anything with adrenaline, okay? That's all I'm saying.
Thank you all for listening.
I
to
can't answer that
this.
question because I've never been dead. So I don't know. I've only ever felt alive.
Jesus Christ! Can you just cut?
Let's all
Be
stop
seated,
playing now.
Luz.
Thank
Stay
you all.
calm.
Thank you all for listening to this week's episode of Middle
Let's
Ground.
talk about my
Thank
song.
You. Oh right, yeah.
What is
Debbie,
wrong
you have
with
a
you
song
guys?
coming out. What's up?
Is it
Oh,
coming
it's out
out?
already.
you
Oh,
know what?
sorry.
You know what?
I posted
You know
it
what?
on my Twitter. That was
Debbie,
good.
can you do a little bit of your song for us?
Yeah, sing.
Your record
man.
popping. Come
How
on.
am I
Sing,
supposed to
man.
do it now?
Yeah,
I
just
don't-
sing.
Hey, God.
I mean, we're going to put the record at the end of the podcast.
Yeah,
so,
right.
so,
And the beginning.
I like
at
that.
The beginning, so,
And the beginning.
but just sing the record.
Oh, just like I just made my track last.
What part of the song should I
Oh
sing?
my god.
Sing anyone
Oh my
you
God.
want. Because you're wasting
They
time.
stressful. Okay,
Oh, Lord.
it starts like this. When you're making money, that's the only time that you're making sense.
Yes, I mean.
If it ain't about the money,
Yes.
Holla.
why you gonna call me? Why you gonna vex? You do what you like when you're popping.
Popping.
You do what you want when you're popping.
Popping.
They calling me corny, so I turn up the heat, make sure I got it popping.
Listen, bars. Listen. She said you call me corny, so she turned up the heat and then started popping like popcorn.
Nigga.
My God.
Close this shit down.
Oh, Lord.
Shout out to
Oh,
Debbie.
Lord.
Great record. Y'all should go
Yeah,
get it.
Please
but
play my SoundCloud, Debbie
I know you
Romeo.
guys didn't. You
Okay,
guys didn't think
shout
about
out to
that.
Debbie.
Did you think about that
Twitter
before
is the
now?
Debbie Romeo. Her Instagram is
Debbie Romeo.
Okay, Debbie Romeo.
Twitter is the Debbie Romeo.
Why can't you just make it
Instagram.
Debbie Romeo?
Because there's one
Other
white
person
lady
named
called Debbie Romeo.
So they
Okay,
make your
follow
Instagram
us
by
at
Debbie
Middle
Romeo.
Ground Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and you can email us on middlegroundng@gmail.com. Stay tuned for next week's episode. Blah blah blah. Thank you all for listening.
Dude, we might need to get a desk on the show. Like, I can't do this
said,
April
whoa,
May
whoa,
thing.
whoa,
Like,
whoa.
it's not working.
Thank you all for listening. Have a safe day. Blah. Yeah.
Wow.
We're good.
Thank you guys for having me.
Wendy.
You're all right.
Appreciate
Yeah, you
This is
didn't
not
even say
working.
thank you.
Yeah, I was gonna do that, but you are
This
so
is not working.
in a hurry to end this.
Yeah,
Guys, thank
I'm
you for
tired of
listening
them.
to
My
their
back
podcast.
hurts.
Thank you for listening
You're
to
tired
their
of them, your
podcast.
back hurts.
Thank you
All
guys
right.
for inviting me on your podcast. I hope you have a lovely rest of life because they might never do this again.
We never will, actually.
Yeah, we will.
Are we
We're
done?
Awesome.
We good?
We finished.
All right, cool.
Producer, cut it.
Cut.
Cut it. Cut it.
The middle ground.